Muxio would make a confession to you. This one must ask Kind One's forgiveness. This one made promise to take Kind One to see Elder One, yes? But this one cannot. This one cannot because Elder One is not here. Elder One is not anywhere. Elder One went into forest yesterday, but has not come back. This one is worried. Elder One often goes into forest, but never for this long. Kind One, will you help find Elder One, yes? Near where Elder One disappeared is the home of a walking one named Buscarin. Buscarin may know what happened to Elder One. This one would talk to Buscarin, but walking ones do not always trust these ones. Would Kind One talk to Buscarin for this one? And Kind One comes from Gridania, yes? In Gridania lives many Kind Ones, yes? This one begs of Kind One, please go to Gridania and ask fellow Kind Ones for help, and please hurry. These ones are not safe until Elder One returns. Well, if it isn't our intrepid ambassador, how fare your diplomatic efforts with the Sylph tribes? Their elder ones gone missing, you say? Why, if he were to end up in the hands of the tempered ones, we'd have a crisis on our hands. You can assure the Sylphs that my sharpest-eyed serpents will be on the lookout night and day. No stone must be left unturned. I would ask you to call upon Guillemoko at Bent Branch Meadows and deliver the message that the wood whalers are needed in search effort. A message from Commander Hilo, you say? The Sylph Elder has vanished. Worry not, friend. The wood whalers have eyes under every leaf, behind every branch. If the Elder is anywhere in these forests, we shall find him. Well met, adventurer. We have the finest grog and grub this side of... not here to fill your belly, then? Ah, a hunger for news, is it? Aye, there's been talk of a sylph lurking hereabouts, but I couldn't rightly say if it be the elder you seek. Those woodland scamps all look alike. Short of painting one red and another one blue, most folk would struggle to tell the two of them apart. If you have the time, mayhap you could stay a while and see what the gods have in store. You never know, you might even stumble across this sylph elder of yours. Buscarin could use an adventurer to douse a fight brewing at his establishment. No word on the sylph elder yet, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time. In the meantime, how about doing a favor for old Buscarin in return? Right then. Let's put you to work. There's a customer outside who's spoiling for a fight and I need you to cool him off for me. No need to go cracking any skulls though. Just take this tub of cold water and douse the drunkard. Tends to do the trick. My patrons can swill grog all night and carouse loud enough to wake the dead if they wish, but as soon as it turns violent, I've got to put my boot down. Ugh, Nofagas teats. That's gold. What do you mean no fighting? This is dusk white scum. Well, yeah, I know the rules. That bastard gets to keep his skin. For now. Nicely done, Toluca. I'll not have my patrons picking fights with each other over a bit of petty prejudice. In case you didn't see, the bloke who caught the blunt out of that outburst is a Duskwhite Elezen. There are people who shun cities to live in the wilds, making them no better than brigands in the eyes of many. To be fair, the Duskwites can be an unruly lot, but they ain't so bad once you get to know them. And it don't seem right to bar a whole race of people from the Druthers for the misdeeds of other few. There should be at least one place where anyone willing to pay the coin and drink in peace is welcome, don't you think? The eponymous proprietor of Buscarin's Druthers has need of an able adventurer. I appreciate all the good you've done for our patrons. If you aren't disinclined, I have a favor of my own to ask you. There's a Quaikern friend of mine you see, name of Tetaroon, a good lad. It was right after the calamity that I came across him fallen in the shroud. He nearly died in all the havoc, so I took him in and nursed him back to health best I could. He worked here at my Druthers for a spell after that, got to talking about striking out on his own. He did, and not long after cast his lot with the merchant bound for Lenosia. Well, just so happens that I got to cleaning up around here and came across something of his, this scarlet earring. I know he was fond of the thing, but he must have just forgotten it when he left, so I'd like to see it that it gets to him. Can't say for sure where he ended up, but might be a friend of mine can. A Rogdanine fellow named Bison. You can find him over on Hawker's Alley in Limsa Laminsa. He knows everything of the comings and goings of merchants there. You found your way to Hawker's Alley, friend? A Quaikern what worked at the Druthers? Aye, you speak of Tetaroon. Related to the Kukyokaroon bloke just over there with some blood or another. Two of them put in together and were making good coin, but old Tetaroon up and left Limsa not too long ago. Couldn't say as to why or to where. You're better off asking Kyokaroon himself. He can be tight-lipped though, I warn you. Best to take this chicken egg with you. Little bastard loves the bloody things. Good to hear about old Busk, though. Sounds as though he ain't changed a bit. Just like him to send a venturer along, too shy to come his own self. Goddamn is drinking with that fool. Customer, be welcome. Not customer? Not come with custom? Kyokaroon busy with business, too busy for blather. Chicken egg? Kyokaroon love chicken egg. Love chicken egg more than love customer. Looking for Tetaroon? Tetaroon no here no more. Tetaroon leave Limsa. Tetaroon go look for Sparklies. Now working at Trading Post. Good Trading Post. Forget where Trading Post is. Weinberg no Tetaroon. Weinberg no Trading Post. Weinberg at Ferry Docks. You go to Ferry Docks. Kyokaroon forget things. Weinberg remember things. You talk to Weinberg, not Kyokaroon. Tetaroon? Aye, I seen him. That is to say, I saw him. He was headed somewhere up north, by way of the ferry to Aleport. Might as well head there and see what you can suss out. The skipper here can take you there. When you arrive, I'd start by asking Edelfoat. He's an old hand what knows a great deal about a great many things. Tetaroon? Aye, I saw him. That is to say, I seen him. He took himself north, through Skull Valley, into Oakwood, was looking for a place run by his fellow Quickren. I reckon he meant the one right on the shore of Bronze Lake, Mimmeroon's trading post. Follow the road and you're sure to find it. Customer, be welcome. Not customer? Not come with custom? Bring something for Tetaroon? Tetaroon, forget this. Forget it, Druthers. Tetaroon swore he would never forget Earring, but never forgot. Tetaroon thank. Tetaroon thank. Good Buscaroon doing good? Good Buscaroon good to Tetaroon. Tetaroon miss good Buscaroon. Tetaroon has places for you to go and thingies for you to get. Good Buscaroon helped Tetaroon. Tetaroon dead without good Buscaroon. Must give thankies, many, many thankies. Tetaroon make Quaker and firewater for Buscaroon. Buscaroon love firewater. You help Tetaroon make firewater? Need thingies to make. Need many, many thingies. Need coral pup whiskers? Need 3 good pearl cup whiskers? Tetarin make fire water for Buskarun. You bring those thingies Tetarin need? You brought all thingies. Tetarin make fire water now. Make good fire water for good Buskarun. Tetarin start making fire water now. Good fire water takes time, more good. You come back later. Tetarin appears to have finished his gift for Buskarun. Tetarin make fire water. Good fire water. You take to Buskarun. Good fire water for good Buskarun. Tell Buskarun to no drink now. Tell put away 1 year. 1 year make best flavor. Tutorin hopes Buskarun happy. Tutorin gives Buskarun thankies. Many thankies. You tell Buskarun. Tutorin make big shop someday. Biggest shop in Eorzea. Many sparklies. All thanks to good Buskarun. You've returned. Thank you for seeing Tetarin's belongings to him. What's this? For me? Quaker firewater. So he remembers my fondness for the drink, does he? Why, that old... Oh, bloody hells. Who's cutting onions back here? He says to shelve it for a year, does he? Yeah, that sounds about right. I hate to have to wait, but I reckon it'll be worth it. This stuff has an aroma and body unlike any other drink I know. It's gonna be a long year. What say you come back then, friend? We'll see if we can't make it through this bottle together. If Buskarun had his druthers, he'd have an adventurer with whom to share talk of sylphs. There was word while you were away. Sylphs were seen in the wood, but near no land of their own. No, this was a place near to here, a place we've never known a sylph to come. Something must have given them cause to venture this far, more like the missing sylph elders among them. Here, I've marked the track there where they were sighted on your map. Go see if there's anything to be seen. So, was there aught to be found in the wood? What did you come to? Garlands? In this part of the Twelves Wood? First Sylphs and now Garleans. And all in the same place. It cannot be mere coincidence. Might the Garleans be following the Sylphs? Tracking them or giving chase, mayhap? But no, not this far into the forest. The Whalers' spires are everywhere. Imperials can never have stolen past them all. How in the bloody hells could... Unless someone guided them through. Someone who knew where the spires stand and when the Whalers watch it. A Gridanian traitor. This Corone has more work for a willing adventurer. I'm glad you've come, friend. There's something I want to talk to you about. You know I said I thought we might have a traitor in our midst? Someone was aiding the Garlanes? Well, I'm thinking I may have identified our suspect. There's a regular of mine who used to dine on thin soup and sip his pine on account of being not able to afford another. But of late, he's taken to ordering my best wines and the finest cuts of meat I can lay my hands on. Were he a merchant, I'd probably think nothing of it, but this lad's a wood whaler. And wood whalers don't earn that kind of coin. By chance, I was musing on to where the money was coming from when you first told me about the Garleans in the forest, and I couldn't help putting two and two together. Suffice it to say, if a whaler's working for the Empire, none of us is safe. The lad I'm talking about goes by the name of Laurentius. Last I heard, he was in the South Shroud. Find him, Tuluka, and if he is up to no good, put an end to it, and him, if it comes to that. Can you not see I'm on patrol? Be gone. If you have business with the Whalers, take it back to the barracks. Not long now. To think patrol routes and rations would fetch us such a price. No more than I deserve, though. 'Tis little wonder the Empire has risen to such heights. If only the Whalers paid men their worth. What did you... How long have you... Help! 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 Please, come quick, my friends. It is I, Laurentius. I'm under attack. How long do you mean to keep this up? What is it you imagine I've done? Enough. Enough, I say. It's over then. I sold maps and rations to the Empire. It was I. I meant no harm. I only wanted the coin. The Whalers are good, strong. I was proud to join their ranks. Am proud. But they do not provide. They preach justice, honor, duty. But in the end, it's those with the money who do as they will, who live as they will. So I sought an opportunity to change my fortunes and took it. All I've done, I've done for money, endangered myself, my home, everything and everyone I love, why, my actions have put your life in danger too. Though you do not yet realize how much. Bloody idiot. Did you imagine that you had cornered me? It is not I who was cornered. Garleans, I've brought the hire bitch. Permit me a question, if you will. Are all adventurers so deluded as to believe they can challenge the power of Garlemald? You would need a veritable mountain of gil to fund such an endeavor. Such is the cost of fighting great power, or of making it, or of remaking it, as we will Gridania. So that's the way of it. Swapped your hard bunk at the barracks for a feather bed in Garlemald, did ya? You there, hire. You stand here at old Book Swish's, no? Then you don't stand alone. Impossible. How did you best the Empire's finest? And with bandits and poachers at your side? They are your sworn enemies. What do they fight with you and not against you? But I know the answer only too well. Buscarin, this is his doing. His words are wont to inspire men to act. Better men than I. Gods, what have I become? What have I done? I'm sorry. No more will I pursue this folly. No more lies. No more bribes. I will go to the Order of the Twin Adder and confess my crimes. There is something I would like you to tell Buscarin. Tell him Laurentius, the fool, says thank you. I feel as though a veil has been lifted from before my eyes. Ah, Laurentius confessed to his crimes. I jested word from the twin adder. Seems he marched straight into the nest and gave himself up. The lad's had quite a life, you know. His mother was killed by a brigand when he was only small. As a young man, he joined the whalers, hoping to spare his fellow Gredinians the misery he'd known growing up. Trouble is, protecting Gridania is too big a job for one man, and he came to believe that he couldn't make a difference, that it was hopeless. There are few things more dangerous than desperation, and a man lost in the dark is easily drawn to a glimmer of coin. I reckon he thought that if he couldn't change the lot of his fellow men, he might as well change his own. Thing is, he was making a difference, just not on his own. Somehow he'd failed to grasp one simple truth, that those things we cannot do alone we must do together. Eh? He asked you to thank me, did he? And there's good in him yet. I just hope them at the Adder's Nest are able to see it. What he's done ain't easy to forgive, but I'd like to think he'd be afforded a chance to make amends. But let us leave fates to the 12. I have other news for you, Toluca. The Sylph Elder has been found. Buscaron has reliable information regarding the whereabouts of the Sylph Elder. It's taken us a fair old while, but we finally got our hands on some reliable information concerning the whereabouts of your missing green friend. His name is Phrixio, and he is the eldest among the Sylphs of Little Solus. Long has he represented his kind in dialogue with the Gridanians. Yes, he's like a bridge between us and them, a small, leafy, green bridge that we can't find at the moment. And bridges are no use if you don't know where they are. That's why it's so important that we find him. There's an abandoned dungeon called the Thousand Maws of Totorock here in the South Shroud. 'Twas by the entrance to the place that Phrixio was seen, and not long ago. If you hurry, I reckon you'll find him. Walking ones, please help this one. This one needs help. Needs help. Needs help to Elder One. Poor Phrixio. Poor Phrixio. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold your chocobos. Take a deep breath and tell us what's wrong, nice and slow. Elder One went into Totorak, but has not returned. This one is worried, so very worried. And you're right to be. The place fair crawls with nasties waiting to make a meal of anyone daft enough to wander in. What in the seven hells was he thinking entering that bloody death trap? Elder One had no choice. Imperial ones were chasing Elder One. Please, walking ones must help Elder One. Help Elder One now. The fates conspire against us. Forgive my pragmatism, but Phrixio is our best hope of reaching an accord with the Sylphs. Were we to lose him, all us efforts thus far will have been for naught. I will tend to her wounds. Ida, make haste to the Adder's Nest and request assistance. Understood. Toluca, go to the Thousand Maws of Totorak and see that Phrixio comes to no harm. Peace be between man and Sylph rests upon your success. By order of the Elder Seedseer, the dungeon known as the Thousand Maws of Totorak has been placed under the control of... What? The Sylph Elder is inside? And you're sure of this? How in the seven hells did he manage to sneak by? God strike me down for being a purblind fool. You must find the Sylph Elder before he falls prey to the fiends within. Entrance to Totorak is ordinarily restricted, but these are exceptional circumstances. Pray assemble a rescue party and enter as soon as you're ready.
Elko hitra buglo hans. Seastapon Rajiadorn. Thagon well rogue. Tosan no paiki. Mayhap I might if I deign to speak in my guest crude tongue. We meet at last. I am Lahabrea of the Asians, servant to the one true God. Yours is a most fantastical tale, truly absorbing. It is a tale to tell Eorzea's children before bedtime, and it will soon be dark, bringer of light.
The Dark Minions.
All that stands between this world and darkness is an irksome anomaly in the ether. The Echo. Yes, yours is a most fascinating tale. Alas, like all good tales, it must needs come to an end. But fear not.
Here, feel the presence of evil.
For the end of your tale is but the beginning of another. The tale of the crystal's demise.
Ah, finally, fresh air. Mayhap not so fresh, but better than before. Ah, sinister one is gone. This one can leave this awful place. Did Walking One vanquish the many-legged one? This one is grateful to Walking One. This one is called Frixio, eldest of these ones of Little Solace. Alpha Squad reporting, sir. Nothing of note at Lark's call, sir. Understood. Return to Area 12. Damn it all. Where is that accursed icon hiding? No sign of our wizened friend? I'm afraid not, my lord. Shall I order that search perimeter be expanded? Absolutely not. We risk alerting the Gridanians to our presence. His Excellency bid us avoid unnecessary confrontation. Loath though I am to admit, I have found no evidence to suggest that Rama will be gracing the mortal realm in the near future. I ask you, what good is a god who does not grant one's wishes? Or I I should strongly consider finding myself another idol. Which reminds me, what of the sylphs we captured? A handful of them seemed to be in reasonably good health when I last looked. Apologies, my lord. I fear we may have been overzealous in our efforts to compel them to summon their icon. Really, Centurion? Were you not aware that vegetables bruise easily? It is well that I did not entrust you with the important task of making my dinner. Well, mayhap it was a kindness. Better dead in truth than dead to one's own god, I suppose, if you believe in such things. Dawn is upon us. Make ready to withdraw. Useless. We are so close to completion, I can fair taste it, but at this rate, no, I must be patient. Our efforts will bear fruit in due time. What was it you always said? Yes. Though it mean bringing down the very heavens, who shall challenge the limits of possibility if not we? In that alone were you right, Garland. But your star is long fallen, while mine doth begin to rise. And it shall burn so bright that Lord Van Belser's ultimate weapon will seem a mere candle beside it. Those walking ones did not for Noxia. This one is certain of it. This one fears that other taken ones also suffered the same fate. This one is convinced. Walking ones have black hearts, seek only to harm these ones. Walking ones are not to be trusted. Now, Noraxia, do not pass judgment too hastily. Not all walking ones are alike. Though there are evil ones among the walking ones, there are good ones also. Does walking one feel unwell? This one would know. What brings walking one to this place? Came to this one's rescue at Noraxia's bidding? Then this one owes walking one a debt of gratitude. Walking one has questions about Lord Rama? Then this one will provide answers. But first, let these ones quit this lightless place. This one will return to Little Solace. When walking one is ready, please come and see this one. These ones may speak properly then. Then it is settled. Let this one accompany walking one outside. Ah, you're back. Tell me the Sylph Elder as well. Thank the gods for that. I don't rightly know what to make of the rest of your tale, but I'm full glad Phrixio didn't come to any harm. Ah, but there I go tempting fate. Run over to Little Celeste and secure us peace with the Sylphs before aught else befalls us, huh? Rest assured, I'll send word to our friends at Charlienne and the Twin Adder both. You've done Gridania a great service this day, lass, and earned yourself a place of honor here at the Druthers in doing so. Be sure and come by whenever you feel like a drop of Quaker firewater. Buscaron has something he wants to deliver to the Sylphs. Say, friend, there's something I'd like to ask you. See delivered to the Sylphs of Little Celeste, the Azamia Rose Oil. It's a gift to celebrate the safe return of their tribe's elder, and a token of Gridania's desire to unite. The woods is not what it once was. The calamity changed the elementals, weakened them. Until their strength is returned, we must lend them ours to keep the woods safe, but ours alone will not be enough. We must have the strength of the Sylphs as well. Only by working together and fighting together will we survive together, and the 12s would with us. The gift I ask you to bear is a symbol of the hope that both Gridanian and Sylph alike will live to see the light beyond this darkness. A gift from Walking One Buscarun? A gift for these ones? Such a lovely scent. This one has never smelled anything like this before. Walking One Buscarun and Adventuring One are very kind. Know that this one is deeply grateful. Many Walking Ones are scary. Many Walking Ones utter many lies and much deception, but this one is moved. Let all these ones be friends forever. Camuxio wants you to discuss peace with Phrixio. This one has been expecting Walking One. This one fetches Elder One. This one is pleased to see Walking One again. Welcome to the home of these ones. Ah, there you are, Tulika. We have just been hearing tell of your deeds of daring do. Well done. Ah, the Walking Ones who aided Neuraxia. This one is grateful. A pleasure to have been of service. If you do not mind my asking, how did your misadventure come about? This one does not mind. The misadventures, as Walking One calls them, of this one began when Imperial Ones entered the wood. Fearing trouble, these ones decided to watch Imperial Ones closely. But these ones watched too closely, and the Imperial Ones noticed and tried to catch these ones. Having nowhere else to hide, this one fled into Totorak. But that this one had not, in Totorak a sinister one robed in black tried to free this one to the many-legged one. A sinister one robed in black? Why do I have a feeling I should be more worried about that than I am? Elder Phrixio, we come to you as emissaries of the nation of Gridania. This missive bears the words of Elder Seedseer. This one sees, so Walking Ones of Gridania are fearful of Lord Rama. Plainly put, yes, your people summoned the Lord 11 but once, yet that single occurrence occasioned great alarm. But it's not as if Gridanians dislike you or anything. Actually, it's just the opposite. They think of you as friends, and they don't want anything to get in the way of that. That's why the Elder Seedseer wrote to you. This one well knows and respects Horned One Kanisana. Be assured, like Walking Ones of Gridania, these ones have no desire for conflict. These ones resorted to summoning Lord Rama to protect the wood from Imperial Ones. This one counseled against doing so, but was not heeded. Against this one's wishes, Lord Rama was summoned, and all those ones who took part became touched ones. These ones want so desperately to turn touched ones back to normal ones, but did not know how, and still don't know how. Touched ones, meanwhile, wanted to turn these ones into touch ones, and did not know how, so this one fled to Little Solace with all those who did not wish to become bound to Lord Rama. But walking ones of Gridania need not fear touched ones or Lad Rama. Unlike other primals ones, Lord Rama is not callous or cruel. So long as walking ones do not trespass on these ones' ancestral homelands where touch ones reside, walking ones will not suffer thunderous judgment. But this one has spoken enough of touched ones. This one would speak instead of these ones. As this one said, these ones desire peace and walking ones of Gridania, and so these ones ask for a chance to set things right. By way of addendum, mortals who are tempered come to take on the qualities embodied by the primal in question. In the case of sylphs, Rama's influence has made them fiercely protective of their homeland. That explains why they're so hostile towards trespassers. But what about the abductions? A fine question, Ida. The abductions are, I believe, an expression of the tempered sylph's desire for reconciliation, another quality traditionally associated with Rama. In the crudest manner imaginable, they seek to bring their fellows back into the fold, a timely reminder that the challenges posed by each primal are unique. Elder Frixio, we thank you for making your will known to us. The people of Gridania will rest easier in the knowledge that they and the sylphs are united in their desire for peace. Wishing to cooperate, this one has written down the feelings of these ones. Please see that these feelings are conveyed in Horned One Kanisena. And with that, I believe we can lay the matter of Rama to rest. That Sylph Elder's very reasonable, I must say. You could learn a lot from him. Was that a jibe? If so, I feel only fair to observe that one of us wouldn't recognize reason if it punched her on the nose. Did I say fair? I meant reasonable. Anyway, we're going to be going back to the Waking Sands and tell Minfilia all about it. Fear not, we'll be sure to mention the instrumental part you played in all this, and while we see to that, we should appreciate it if you would deliver Frixio's missives to the Adder's Nest. Elder Frixio, we humbly thank you for your time. It has been an honor. The honor of this one's. Together, let the walking ones of Gridania and these ones find a way to live in peace. Please wait, Walking One Toluca. This one has yet to give Walking One token of this one's appreciation. When these ones summoned Lord Rama, these ones were gifted this crystal. This one would now bestow this crystal upon Walking One as a symbol of these ones' trust. This one was not mistaken about Walking One. Walking One is destined to walk a fate far crueler than this one can imagine. A brilliant light from within, Walking One enveloped the crystal. This one saw. Mark this one well. That crystal will one day be used to Walking One. Walking One must keep that crystal safe at all times. Before Walking One returns to Gridania, this one would ask Walking One to watch touched ones. So long as touched ones are not troubled, touched ones will not make trouble. If Walking One witnesses touched ones making no trouble, mayhap Walking One can testify to Walking Ones of Gridania that these ones mean no harm? These ones' homeland is fraught with danger. This one marks down safe places to look out for touched ones. Ah, if it isn't Tuluka. How with the meeting with the Sylphs? A missive from the Sylph Elder himself, if I may. So the Sylphs have no desire for conflict, nor do they intend to summon Rama. And so long as we leave the Temper Ones be, we need not fear any aggression on their part? The Elder Seedseer will be overjoyed to hear that the Sylphs have welcomed our overtures and acknowledge that they may bear us no ill will. We may channel our resources toward tackling the more conspicuous threats to our security. You have done this nation a great service, my friend. On behalf of all Gridanians, I give you my thanks. Commander Helio appears to have more to say. The Sylphic folk have long been friends to Gridania. The mere thought of being at war with them pained the Elder Seedseer to no end. But owing to your efforts, she will be able to rest easier. Being the benevolent soul that she is, my lady will surely try to find a way to reverse the tempering process. Once again, I thank you. Had the signs of the Seventh Dawn offered us to mediate between our peoples, suspicion and doubt may have well led us into needless conflict. Pray, pass on my regards to Lady Menphilia. Hello? Tuluka? Can you hear me? It is I, Menphilia. Ida and Papalimo returned some while ago, and they raced in no time in regaling me with the tale of your exploits. Thanks in large part to you, the name of the one primal may struck out from being our list of enemies, and the Gridanians may turn their attention to more pressing matters. Well done! Yet the end of one tale is but the start of another. Pray return to the Waking Sands at your earliest convenience. I'll apprise you of the present situation in person. Well, if it isn't my favorite adventure. Welcome back, Tuluka. Lady Menphilia awaits you within the solar. Please enter at your leisure. I am given to understand that the matter of Rema has finally been resolved. I fear resolved bespeaks permanence we cannot rightly claim, yet I am well satisfied with the Lord 11 will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me. How fares the investigation? Well enough. Thancred is sparing no effort. There are many in one, just as you suspected. Their purpose, however, eludes us still. I see. Have I been meaning to ask, but is Alice quite well? I feel as I've scarcely seen her in recent days. Oh, you haven't, and nor have I. Alas, Alice has chosen to walk her own path, stubborn girl. But you may be assured that our destination remains the same. And on that note, I take my leave of you. I trust that Balzian report will serve you well. I take it we can proceed as discussed? Why do you ask? You scarce need my permission to act. It is good to see you again, Tuluka. I've been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph in the Twelveswood. Owing to your efforts, conflict have been averted. Truly, you have done the Scions proud. With that, we can strike Rama from the list. So who's next? The Second and the Leviathan? The Lord of the World has not answered his minions' call of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future. While the Sahagin remain as aggressive as ever, they lack the quantity of crystals required to call forth their god. As with the Sylphs, we can leave them to their own devices, for a time at least. For a time bears repeating. We can ill afford to fall complacent. It is as Ishtola says, unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty when the next primal will return to plague the land. This being the case, we must proceed with as much haste as prudence allows. Any word on Titan? The Maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from them ere long, you may depend upon it. Indeed. So then, of all the known primals that have been active in recent times, we are left with... Gridania. Wait, I mean Garuda. Who is the primal of the Ixal who live near Gridania? Yes, that's what I meant. So many malms to cover. Would that there were a more efficient way to conduct our surveys. Were he still with us, we should not have long have wanted for a more practical solution. She's not wrong there. Where in the world are you, Chief? One sure step at a time. Henceforth, the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all matters pertaining to the Sylphs, under the sage guidance of the Seedseers. I bid you all enjoy a moment's respite. You have earned it. Is there something else, Tuluka? Beg pardon? A man named Lahabre? Sporting a red mask and robed in black? 12 preserve. Prior to the calamity, the Essayans took great pains to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their veil of secrecy now? Gods, this bodes ill. We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostilities and investigate this Lahabre. Learn all we can of him and his designs. I dread to... Tataru! A sylph? And Thanalan? At long last, this one finds walking one to Luca. This one is most dependable of these ones, is sent by Elder One Frixio to help walking ones. This one is called Neuraxia. This one comes as a friend. Let these ones be friends. Pleasure to meet you, Neuraxia. Yes, Tataru is ready to express her fright as she is to express everything else. Not all of us are forged on the same steel as you, I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to no end to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite. Tuluka, draw to the hope that shines within you. Yet a darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted Essayans' presence, but that they have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain sight fills me with a sense of deep foreboding.